Property managers often tell us that when dealing with maintenance requests, there's a lot of juggling of communication, trying to follow up on the progress of jobs, etc. So we've built from scratch a maintenance request system that tries to automate this as much as possible and ensure that maintenance jobs are dealt with in an efficient manner. In this video, I'll run through how a maintenance job is first requested and then through the whole process of getting that job attended to, quoted, approved by the landlord, and actually completed. So the first thing that we'll do is go into an existing tenancy. And then everything to do with maintenance requests for this tenancy is under the Maintenance tab. Now there's two ways that maintenance requests can be created for a property. The first is as the property manager within Mantis Property, they can click on Add New Maintenance Issue and then fill in all the details to create that request. The second way is by the tenant themselves. Over in the tenant portal, once they've logged in, they can simply go into Maintenance and click Add New Maintenance Request. Here the tenant can put in the subject such as leaky tap, describe the issue if they want. They can mark whether it's urgent or not, so they can attach any pictures, videos or documents that are related to the issue. Once they've entered the information and attached any of these files, they simply click Submit Request. That will automatically set the status to requested by tenant, and it will email the property manager of that specific property to let them know a maintenance request has been put in for it. Over back in Mantis Property, they will see there's a green number that appears here next to the tenancies menu to alert them that there's something they need to look at. When they click on that, they'll see that it shows a green number 1 next to maintenance. So this is letting the property manager know that a new maintenance request is there that needs to be dealt with. So they simply click on the Maintenance tab and they'll see here under the tab New Requests, there's the date that's requested, which property it is, what the current status is, what the issue is and whether it's urgent or not, and then a select button where they can go into it. In the maintenance request area, you can also flick through other tabs such as Assigned to see whether it's been assigned to a tradesperson, Quote to see whether it's in the quoting status, whether it's been scheduled, and then whether it's been completed or cancelled. So this will give you access to all of your maintenance requests across all of your properties. You can also go into a specific property and click on the Maintenance tab to access any maintenance requests for that specific property. So what we're going to do here is click on Select for this new request. This will then bring up all the details of this particular maintenance issue. So we can see here it was requested by the tenant and they have a leaky tap. If they've uploaded any photos or files, they'll show under the Photos or Files tab. And then under the Quote or Work Orders tab, that's where you can go in to request quotes or request a work order. So if you have approval from the landlord or an agreement with the landlord to just go ahead and fix this particular issue, then you can click on Request Work Order and skip the quoting stage to jump straight into requesting a specific tradesperson to do the work. If you do need quotes, however, you just click on Request Quotes. Here, it will give you a list of all of your suppliers, so you simply tick the suppliers that you want to get a quote for this specific issue. And then when you scroll down here, it'll automatically brand the email and set it up with content saying that there's a maintenance job that needs quoting, and you click Send Email. What will happen there is each of the suppliers that you've ticked will get this email, and when they click on the button, they'll then be able to view the details of that job, and then they'll be able to decide whether they want to provide a quote for it or if they want to reject the job. So I'm just going to show you how this works. So we click Send, and that sent the quote requests out. We can see now on this tab that these quotes have gone out It tells us here that these are the dates that it's requested, sent out to 2 different tradespeople. The status is not read, which means they haven't read them yet. And you can also go into a specific quote request to then delete it or see any information about it. So one of the tradespeople has received this quote request. When they click on the button, it brings up a screen like this. So it's basically your branding or your logo at the top, and then the details of what's been requested. So the date, the property address, what the subject is, and what the description is. If there's any photos or files that have been uploaded by the tenant or the property manager relating to this issue, it will also attach them here. What the supplier simply does is they can either click reject job. It'll instantly mark that quote request as being rejected, and it will send a quick email to the property manager to let them know. Otherwise, they can submit a quote. They simply click the browse button, choose the document, and then click submit quote. When this has been done, it will automatically send an email to the property manager to let them know that a quote has been submitted and by whom, so they can check it in Mantis Property. So if we go back into Mantis Property, and we'll just refresh this screen, you'll see now that it shows here that this particular tradesperson, we've actually received a quote from them on a specific date. If you click select, then you can view the quote. Now say you've got the quotes and you need to send those quotes off to the landlord for approval. You simply go back into your maintenance requests, into the quote or work orders, and then send quotes to landlord. And then it'll show you any quotes that you've received for this specific maintenance request. So you can send one or multiple quotes to the landlord. So tick those. It'll automatically populate an email explaining to the landlord that a quote has come through for a specific maintenance issue, and then you click send email. Now, as the landlord, they will receive that as an actual email. They don't need to log into the portal, but if they do log into the portal, and then they go to maintenance, they'll be able to see that the status is the quote has been sent to the landlord, and when they click on it, it'll ask them for approval. So if there's multiple quotes that have been submitted, these will show in a list here, and they can simply view each of the quotes. If they want to approve one of the quotes, then all they do is just click approve quote. That will do a number of things here. First of all, it'll mark the quote as approved, and it will email the property manager to let them know that quote's been approved. It will then also automatically send a message from Mantis Property, addressed as the property manager, to the tradesperson to tell them that they've been given the go-ahead to do the work and ask them to schedule it in. So if we go back into maintenance requests, you will see under assigned, it's already been assigned to the tradesperson. When we click on it, it'll show you the details. So we can see the job has been approved and it's currently with that person. They will receive an email to say that the job has been approved, asking them to go ahead with it, and that's when they can log in and they can liaise with the property manager through the web page that they're sent, where they can let them know when the job has been scheduled and also when it has been completed. Once the job has been completed, then it'll show in everyone's portals, including Mantis Property, that the job has been completed. If the job was not satisfactory, then the property manager can go back into that particular job or the tradesperson, and they can cancel it and make a note that it wasn't satisfactory, so it can be then re-quoted on or sent to a different supplier. All of this makes sure that all maintenance issues are dealt with easily and quickly, and it makes sure that all parties are kept in the loop of what's happening with a particular maintenance request. This can free up a property manager's time, as landlords and tenants can log into their portal and see at any time where a particular job is up to and what's happening with it without ringing the property manager to find out.